Let's see some of the critics over the Agile implementations, as well as its most widely used tool, Jira. It's a well-known fact that most of the businesses cannot expand their product offerings and cannot increase their marketing share or revenue unless they don't add some features to their offerings. Usually they do this by adding those features to existing customers and realizing this so-called upselling. Of course, this leads to increased processes within the organization and the need of the usage of agile methodologies and Jira as a tool to manage the processes. The original use of Jira was for tracking hours, especially in outsourcing industries where, based on the number of estimated worked hours, reports could have been produced and a specific organization could be built upon. Of course, this is a side effect from its main goal to organize and manage releases of products. And this led to its evolution, and now it's used more as a micromanagement tool where people are being rushed into decision making, and mostly it's used in fast-paced environments where we have prioritization of fast shipping without thinking of the consequences. In turn, this contributes to organizational fog, where the clarity of the product that developers are shipping is being lost. With the years, the frameworks that implement the agile methodology became, instead of flexible, rigid. The teams had to follow certain ceremonies without they fully understand what they were encompassing. And the framework, instead of being a tool or means to an end, it turned into a goal requiring almost like a cult-like adherence to the processes described. There are a lot of reasons why this is happening, but the biggest one is that many companies didn't fully invest time in truly understanding agile principles, and there are a lot of cases of managers without technical skills being hired, which actually rely on the execution of certain processes in order to stay relevant. And when we have non-technical people that oversee projects that are quite technical, this creates a lot of inefficiencies and stagnation. On the other side, from the perspective of the teams, when we have a lot of stale workers and not so many doers, this also leads to ineffective and bloated software development. Tools like Jira became quite well suited to justify non-technical managers in their decisions, which are keeping an eye on that team and at the same time continuing to use outdated management approaches and practices. For example, the velocity points became more important than the actual design and implementation of a certain product. We also have very poorly written user stories and also irrelevant details leaking into the daily stand-up, which in turn reduce the team effectiveness and energy. Of course, we can switch from the negative to certain solutions that can improve the workflow and culture in an agile setting. For example, if we are trying to aim at producing a product specification at a certain point, it's better to focus on writing a proper story and iterate over its implementation and expansion as necessary. In the case of stand-ups, they can be turned into asynchronous format where people voluntarily choose what they would like to report and what kind of meetings they would like to have with their colleagues if they have to. This will reduce the wasted time on those daily stand-ups and will help the people to focus and adapt their energy levels to suit their individual schedules and be better prepared to tackle the work at hand. Also, about those meetings, they need to be focused on having meaningful outcomes rather than just mechanically producing more and more of them for the sake of the process.